Making Moves TV episode 3. Man, I appreciate you guys once again. All the love I've received. You guys are running the views up on those last 2 videos I did, man, and I truly appreciate it. Today's guest, man, we go back. We go back since we were teenagers, bro. We used to play a lot of basketball together. That's actually how I met him. We got my boy Opher.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, boy?
Appreciate you having me, man.
Appreciate you coming through, man.
Sure.
So, what's going on?
Not much.
You fitted today. Where'd you come from?
Yeah, I just had an open house at one of my listings out there in Antelope. So yeah, I know we've been trying to connect and get together for this podcast. So just had to make time for you, So
no, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So real estate, how is and I want to save some of the good stuff for later. As far as when you come, when I see your name pop up anywhere, I think of Jack of all trades. Because you have damn near done everything, I feel like, and I feel like I can go to you for a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So before we jump into that, man, let everyone know where you're from, like what area, obviously, and just kind of your upbringing.
Yeah. So I'm born and raised in Sacramento, California, first generation American. My mom's from Germany. My pops is from Israel. So, yeah, just kind of the American dream, but grew up from birth to 10 in like the Fair Oaks, Orangeville area. And then moved to Natomas when I was like 10 years old. Been there ever since. So,
okay.
Yep. That's pretty much just where I was born and raised. Went to Natomas High School. Shout out Nighthawks, Gotta talk a little. But yeah, man, just been blessed, man. I have family. Most of my family's overseas, so I've been able to travel the world, So, yeah, that's pretty much it as far as upbringing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We and I was gonna ask you because I met you, I think it was like my junior year in high school. And I think you're like a year or two older than me.
33.
Yeah, I'm 32. So I never knew at high school, but I figured it wasn't Thomas because you were always there.
Right.
So you know my boy Marcus Kirkland?
Yeah.
Shout out Mark. Gotta get Mark on here one of these days.
Yeah, he'd be a good guy to have on here.
No, for sure. We got some stuff to unpack. No, that's my boy. But no, that's cool, man. It's crazy how small, and I know some people don't like when I say this, but how small SAC is, because there's people that I've ran into, and I don't know how we got on the topic, but you've came up. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy.
I
feel like you know a lot of people, man. That's what's crazy is like you're everywhere.
Try to be.
I see you in the back of people's stories sometimes. Be at the club, like, hey, is that over back there?
You know it.
That's tight though, man. It's crazy. We lost contact for a few years, and then I ended up running into you at the dealership.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was at Chevy, I think, right? Yep. Or Toyota, one of the two. Chevy?
Well, it was owned by the same owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, okay, it was good to see you, and what I've loved to see about you, man, and I always want this for everyone, is you're doing well, right? It seems like you're always taking leaps, no matter what you're doing in your career, and I feel like you're a dangerous person in the sense of like what you know and what you can do when it comes to like work related stuff, and just a real genuine dude, man. So I once again appreciate you for stopping by, and man, I'm glad just to shoot the shit with you, bro.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, man.
You still be hooping or what?
Hell no, I started playing golf a year ago.
Okay.
And I retired. I retired the sneakers. Retired the sneakers for some cleats.
That's it.
Yeah, man, I'm too. You see, man, I'm gained probably 40 pounds since maybe more. And shit.
I heard that. Did you ever think you'd see yourself playing golf?
No.
Even like 5 years ago?
Man, I'll tell you, look, my boys tried to get me to play for like 4 years.
Okay.
And I was just like, nah, I'm not doing it, because I was still hooping.
Mm-hmm.
I was still hooping, and I didn't really get it. But once you start playing, it's like, especially for people who hooped or played football or anything like that, like anyone who does that is going to wind up falling in love with golf, because, in hoop, like we could turn it over and I could steal it on the next play, get a block, something to get it back. And in golf, it's like I could chunk the ball and it goes 5 feet, and I gotta sit there and wait for 3 other people to shoot. Mm-hmm. And I'm just inside boiling. Like, so it's like a mental game, but it's crazy too, because really I should be networking when I'm out there, which now I'm starting to do. But I was so trash when I first started playing that I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna get good at this. So I was just trying to beat everybody, but now I'm beating most of my boys. So
Okay.
So now I'm doing what I'm supposed to do when I'm out there networking and that stuff. So
what do you what's your average score, would you say?
I think my handicap right now is like 17. So it's like scoring like a 93.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but I broke 80 a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the best I did was 86.
Damn.
Yeah, 86.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been that low yet. I think my best game has been a 90, but I usually say under 100. I occasionally will shoot like a 101, 102, and that's just on days where it's just
terrible.
It's weird, man. Like, I hate when I start off golf and I have like a couple good swings in the beginning because that scares me. It's like, oh, hell. Because you know that turn is coming.
I already know. That's why I'm dying over here.
But when I start off playing like shit, I'm like, all right, like I have some time to like turn this around. Yeah. But it's funny you said that about being like a hooper and then playing golf. Like, I used to like, I'm not even a cap. Like, I used to clown people that play golf. Like, I'm not playing that. Like,
bro,
really?
Natomas had a golf team. Me and my boys talking about Natomas had a golf team at the high school.
Okay.
And we should be like, look at them nerds. Look at them dorks. Bro, and they're probably so nice right now.
Right.
Like, they're probably 15 years in.
Right.
Shit, some of them could be pros. I won't even know.
Right.
You know, so.
But I never thought I'd play it either. I'm like, I'm never playing that. And then, like you said, just the networking aspect of it, man. It's a great, whether you're good at it or not. Yeah. It's still fun to go do.
Yeah.
And being hoopers, we're competitive.
Right.
We're very competitive. And I think that's a gift and a curse too.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how many times I've thrown clubs or I've even snapped some heads out there out of anger. But man, I love the game, and just like basketball, you can always get better at it. That's what I love about it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The thing that's unique about golf too is like you could play the same hole 10 times. Mm-hmm. Like if you only played hole 1 and you played it 10 times over, you'll never play it the same.
Right. Right.
You know, so you never. So that's yeah, it's just so hard to put together one hole, because like you said, you get 2 hits in a row that are good and you're like tripping on the next one, or you can get on the green quick and shit on the putts, you know. So it's just I definitely understand why there's pros and there's Joes.
Right.
So yeah.
And I'm the king of 3-putting too.
Oh, there you go.
King of it. Yep. That is probably my weakness, is like 30 yards and under is where I start getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to link up, man. So not only is this a podcast channel, it's a media channel. So I have vlogs.
Okay.
I'm in the works with some stuff. I don't want to say this yet, but going to be doing like a lot of food reviews, restaurants.
Oh, bet.
Golf courses, just a little bit of everything. So yeah, we'll have to make something happen out there.
Yeah, that's good. If you get big time with it, they'll let you eat for free.
Man, that's what I heard.
They let you eat for free.
That's what I heard. I'm not that I need to eat anymore, but
no, that's all good shit. When you get there, let me know. I want to go.
I got you. No, we'll definitely set some up. This is definitely just the beginning, and I want to get you back too. So,
sure.
So what does your daily agenda look like nowadays? What is Opher into nowadays?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much up at like 7 or sometimes a little bit before. Just reactivated my gym membership because I can't have a dad bod and not have no kids, so that don't make no sense.
Damn, yeah.
So now I've been super disciplined though. Actually lost weight. Might not be able to tell, but just being disciplined, it comes down to diet, bro, more than anything. To keep it real.
Yep.
And late night cravings,
man,
mess me up.
Man,
but yeah, so I wake up at 7. I got a thing now where I try not even to look at my phone for like at least my first hour of the day, other than turning off my alarm.
Okay.
Because in the type of business I'm in, I could honestly get a text like, "Hey man, I just seen this property for $2 million. I want to place an offer." Or I could be like, at the end of my escrow and be like, "Hey, we got to cancel the contract." So it could either start my day off really good or really bad. So I just wake up. I say, I do my morning prayers. I say my morning prayer, brush my teeth at the gym, and then pretty much on my way home from the gym, that's when I'll start checking my emails, my text messages, that type of stuff. So, and then from there, man, it's just madness. Like, it's Sunday today, but that's what I've been doing today. So, woke up at 7, was in the gym by 7:30, out of there by 8:30. Got my coffee, showered, changed, got ready for the open house, went there, had like 20 people come through, which is a blessing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So connected with a bunch of buyers too. And then just like literally my whole way over here, bro, I was just on the phone. Yeah. So as soon as I'm leaving here, probably got to submit 2 offers.
Okay.
On some properties for separate clients. But
okay.
Yeah. But that's it, man. The only real time I got like off is Friday night. So you know I'm Jewish, so
yeah, of course.
So we celebrate the Shabbat, which is the Sabbath. So we welcome it in Friday night.
Okay.
So at nighttime is already considered the next day.
Okay.
Just because in the Bible it says it was dark and God said let there be light.
Yep.
So that's why it starts at night.
Yep.
So basically Friday night is already considered Saturday. So I go to the synagogue, do my evening prayer, and then I'm back in the morning for Saturday. But pretty much from like Friday night to like Saturday afternoon is probably the most peaceful time because I'm not really on the phone, so that's probably like my only day off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you guys couldn't put that together by now. Hey, by the way, I meant to bring this up earlier. Yes, I did cut my hair off 4 years later. I got tired of it. I love having braids, but the maintenance involved with being a dad, working, 50 hours a week on top of coaching, it ran its course. So I decided to chop that shit off, and my wife likes it, so that's all that matters.
That's how you look when I met you,
man. And everyone's like, man, you look so much younger again. My hair, I was looking like a caveman for a minute. But anyways, if you guys haven't been able to put it together yet, Boy's a real estate agent. I will have all of his info in the bio.
Appreciate that.
Do you have a separate Instagram page just for your real estate stuff?
Nah, so I did at one point, but to be honest, I got way more business off my my personal page.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of before. Now Instagram's updated where if you do have a business or personal or you have multiple pages, you can connect them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I was making a post and I had to go to another one, make a post.
Man, yeah.
And I go to Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok now. I can't believe I got TikTok, but sounds great. I mean, I remember when TikTok was like just for like 12 and 13-year-olds, and we were like, man, I ain't getting on that. I was like literally the last one, but TikTok is just set up for you to go viral, bro. It's crazy.
My wife has been on me because I created a separate Instagram page for this channel, and it's like it's tough, like you said. Like I feel like I'm better off just putting it on my personal, but I want, especially when you start getting people you don't know, like I don't know, my personal is my personal. My kids are on there, whatever.
Yeah.
She was like, you need to create a TikTok because I have like a lot of shorts and stuff that I do, like
do the TikTok
at the ocean or this, that, and the other. So I created it. I'm like, I hate this app. Yeah, I feel how like my parents feel when it comes to Instagram.
Bro, I just got back on it because I also do life insurance and stuff. So I was doing my last year. I was more focused on the financial professional side of things. But now I just heavy back in the real estate. But so I just kind of got on it for this listing. I'm trying to make like put a bunch of videos together, stitch them together, and yeah, bro. It's like I was like, damn, I forgot about this. I forgot because it's kind of complicated.
Mm-hmm.
But once you got it down, it'll be good. It'll be worth it. But and then what I like about it from there, you can share it to all your stuff. So so you really only got to do it once, thank God. But yeah, no. The reason I wound up deleting my business page. Especially when I'm in, man, people, they need a genuine connection, so it's the biggest investment in their life for most people.
Yep.
Unless they're buying like a yacht or a plane one day, which we'll get there one day.
Mm-hmm.
But no, just people I think they appreciate, the genuine connection. And, I talk about it. I mean, you see my page, I talk about everything. When I got in, people like, hey, don't talk about politics. Don't talk about religion. Don't talk about it. But I'm like, man, I'm just me.
Right.
So, and I have had maybe like 1 or 2 situations where I lost a client, but I probably gained 50 more.
Right.
So yeah, it's a new era now. So, yeah.
Well, and I'm, my 9 to 5, I'm in sales, and, we have a lot of competitors that are selling the same things that I'm selling. And it really boils down to relationships.
Yeah.
And when I first started, we had this old boss. I don't want to get too much into this just I still work there, but the old way was, no, don't go build relationships, X, Y, and Z. And now I'm like, that's not the way no more.
That's crazy.
People buy from who they like.
Yeah.
I get people that buy from me strictly because they like me. I may not be cheaper.
Yeah.
My lead times may be a little bit longer, but they love me and they love dealing with me. And I mean, honestly, bro, like some of these people are like family to me now at this point.
Yeah.
Like I bring them around my kids. Their kids call me on the phone. Hey, what's up, Uncle John?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a trip, man. So that's great. You know, I've thought about getting into real estate, man, and I think I'd be great at it. Especially I'm in the building materials industry, so I kind of already have an idea of just this, that, and the other. But it does seem a bit intimidating with just all of the tests and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And everyone I know that's around me, it's either failed that test, but I feel like for something like that, I would really apply myself for it. So I'm not too worried about it, but it does seem intimidating though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy because like, so our contracts are all drawn up by state attorneys.
Okay.
And we just pretty much know how to fill them out. We know them, inside and out and stuff, but I don't really want to take shots at state attorneys, but they make like, I don't know, 60,000 a year,
Yeah.
Where a go-getter attorney can make like 6 million a year,
Man.
600,000 a year,
Man.
it's levels, but they're just bored, bro. So they constantly change our contracts around. My assistant, when she used to be an agent too, but when she was an agent, she said it was like 2 forms for the RPA, the residential purchase agreement. And bro, we're at like 24 pages right now, just to submit a damn offer. And there was also a national lawsuit that happened. I don't want to bore your viewers with it,
yeah, you're good.
But man, so this was actually my first open house with the new lawsuit in place. So just the way, so many documents, even just to be able to show the properties and and then everything you learn on the test too, you're using probably 0.5%. They're using
sounds like high school.
Yeah. So
right?
Yeah, no, it's just so the state can get their bread. The state can't get sued because they're going to say, "Oh, you studied books this big," and
So it's checking boxes is what it is, pretty much.
Yeah, man, it's just
okay.
I think everything. I got my license in 2018, and I think probably everything I done took changed.
Really?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Damn. Yeah. No,
not to crap you out or anything. If you want to do it,
I still do, and I'm gonna pick your brain on some stuff too, off air. Because even if it's something I do, and you might tell me, hey, don't do it if you're gonna do it, go all in. But even if it's something I do kind of part time now, just to kind of get my feet wet with it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say too much on here, but I'm definitely gonna pick your brain. So
yeah.
What has been one of your worst experiences? And if you don't want to share, that's fine. But what's been one of your worst experiences? You're like, damn, like I never thought I'd be dealing with this when it comes to selling houses or properties.
Like a singular experience or something that's continuous. What do you want to?
It could be anything. I'm dealing with some Karens. It could be with, damn, I never thought. Just
yeah.
Well, kind of like a horror story.
Yeah. So I'll put it like this. Man, I got 1,000 things going through my head right now. I'll share.
That scares me.
I'll share some individual experiences, and I'll share I'll give some advice because maybe you got viewers out there that they want to get into it. So I'll give you the whole pros and cons.
Man, okay.
But when I got into it, I was selling cars. When my mom, she told me, hey, you got to watch this show, $1 Million Listing New York. I just shouted them out. That's crazy, but. Bravo needs to pay me.
Man, we're all good.
So my mom was watching it because of the city. She loves New York. I love New York. So she was watching it for to see the Empire State Building and shit. And I'm like, oh damn, these dudes do what I do, but they get paid more. They're their own boss. I was at a cutthroat dealership where the average car salesman is going to work more than the average full-time person.
Yep.
But with the company I was with, you're going to work more than the average car salesman.
Yep.
So our dealership was only closed Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day. Every other day it was open.
Yep.
So, anyways, I saw a lot of those dudes worked with investors, but what I realized here, I don't want to say here, at least the ones most investors are they think they're investors or so their ability to do what I was seeing on the show, it wasn't it. So most of these, I thought that was going to be my route, because ideally, if I find an investor a property, they purchase the property. Now I got that sale, and then they're going to list with me because I found them the property. But actually, a dude we used to hoop with, you know, I'm not going to mention his name, but you know, when I got into it, I told him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, you know, I fix and flip, blah blah blah." And I learned you got to put everything in writing, because you know, I found him this property in the Bay Area, dope one.
Okay.
I still got the listing, but he just tried to change a lot of stuff as the process went on. And, you know, and then even things he had said verbally, you know, he just didn't man up to. And now the people I work with, I'm like, if I have to do a contract, you ain't even the one I want to,
right.
You know, as far as like some stuff is like, you gotta have integrity, you know, handshake deals, but everything when it comes down to, you put on the contract. But, what I would say, though, the biggest thing, man, and this is advice to anyone out there who's trying to get into it, is you got to have thick skin, super thick skin. I can't tell you how many of like my boys came to me like, hey, bro, you know, I'm finna mess with you. And I helped them through the whole process. And then the next thing you know, 3-4 months later, they'd bought a house through someone else. And then you get the, oh, yeah, my girl knew someone. And, oh, man, we just signed this. And they all went so fast. And it's like, so what I say is anyone out there who's working with a realtor or got a friend or family, as a buyer or a seller, at least give that friend or family the genuine chance to earn your business. I'll tell everyone, if I can't do it for you, but you give me the chance and you want tomorrow, God bless. Because at least all I care about when I'm talking to a female, anything in life, I just want opportunity. The rest is up to God and myself. So, so what I say is, so I kind of give like friendly buyer and seller advice if they got friends in the industry, but as a realtor, you got to be able to handle that, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and how many times over and over it's going to happen, you know. And then some of it you got to self-reflect and be like, damn, did I lose contact with the person? Did I not do something I said I was going to do? Did I, you know, not follow up the way I should have followed up? And then those things are on you. But sometimes you're going to do all those things and they're just going to burn you. That's just how it goes, you know? So that's just, you know, you got to have that thick skin. But it's crazy too. I'll say this too. And I've been in multiple avenues of business. Your friends and family are not going to mess with you the way that strangers will. You're gonna.
That's facts, man. Say that again.
You're gonna build better relationships, and you're gonna make more money with and off of people you had never met. You know. So, and some of it is genuine. Like some people, like they're like, oh, you don't want your boys sometimes to know your financial situation. But that's where I explain to everyone, like, hey, man, I'm a professional. And as a real,
I went through you before. You saw all my shit, my debt, everything. I don't care though. That's bro.
No, and that's why I mess with you. No, I appreciate you, man, for real. Like you have no idea. But yeah, you know, that's where, you know, just as a professional, and again, this is just giving advice to people who may want to do it. You know, you gotta let your people know, like, hey, like you know, me to you, I'm Opher. But when we're doing business, I'm Daniel Opher. Right. So and I always bring that professionalism, you know. So, like I said, so I can go on this stuff all day. So,
man, I love it, man. And it's real game too, because that's one thing I want to do with this channel too. Is, I mean, it's all fun and games with some of the people I have, but I do want to get on this topic about our city here soon. But
let's do it.
No, but I do want people like you, honestly, because just even hearing you talk, it is motivating me, and it's good game for me too.
Man, I appreciate that.
We need to spit game out, man. It's not all fun and games, man. We got life to live, and that's funny you bring up the homie situation, man, because I know how that goes, bro. Like when it's something on their end, they want you to repost, share, come do car washes, this, that, and the other, but when you want the favor return, it's cricket.
I promise you I'm the biggest supporter too.
Crazy. Me too, bro.
Just to get the shit end of the stick. My bad for the customer.
No, you're good, bro.
But yeah, man, it's and that just goes into the having a thick skin, you know. It's just like you gotta damn near just do things and be like, you just gotta do it out of the kindness of your heart. And then at the end of the day too, man, the people who are using you and then not doing business with you, you know what I'm saying? Like using you. Like literally using you. I'm a firm believer, man. God's got me like no one else.
Yep.
So even if I'm not saying the karma come back around on type stuff,
right?
I don't even wish it on people,
right?
But just me being the genuine dude, God's gonna bless me on the back end.
100%.
So and I done seen two situations where I've fought for a deal crazy hard, and then it's like sometimes you get it and you're like, damn, it wasn't even worth it.
Right.
You know, so there's that aspect of it too. So sometimes we don't even understand the plan that God's got for us.
100%.
So
and he's always gonna throw curveballs at us. It's never gonna be an easy ride, and he's never gonna allow us to just be comfortable. If we're comfortable, something ain't right.
Yeah.
So I love that. You know, I have this conversation with my kids and my wife, because there's just, and the closer you get, right, the devil works even harder. You're gonna start getting stuff thrown at you. You're like, whoa, I never thought this person would cross me this way. I never thought that I'd be dealing with this situation. But God don't ever put us through anything that we can't handle.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
So that's, you know, my wife always talks about, she's like, you're so laid back about everything. It's like, God got me. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I'm breathing.
Yeah.
My kids got a roof over their head. You know what I mean? Like, it could be way worse.
Yeah.
It has been way worse, you know, in my life at certain points in time. So it's all good, man. You're a jack of all trades. I said that earlier. So what else do you got your hand in right now? You said life insurance. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. So now I'm to the point where I'm just referring deals to my business partners.
Okay.
You know, because to work multiple business, man, I don't know how like these Shark Tank dudes.
Yeah.
Bro, I understand why they got teams, and yeah, it's crazy because, you know, because you got to build team in anything that you do. So if you're in multiple industries, you're gonna have to build multiple teams. You know, and that's one thing I kind of had to learn too. Is like, damn, I wanted my real estate team to also be my financial advisory team, and it can't. Like, it's very, very rare that can happen. But yeah, man, life insurance. I'll tell you this. Man. So when I was selling cars, there was a young man by the name of JJ Clavo, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, he played for Grant.
Yep.
I sold his mother and sister and them. I sold the family the car that he got, you know, murdered in.
R.I.P. again.
Yeah, R.I.P. for sure. Still super close with his sister. Shout out Jafera and Dr. Clavo. But just a beautiful family, bro. And it's one of them ones where, you know, when stuff like that happens, people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's what happens when you're in gangs." And I'm telling you, right now, bro, Miss Clavo, Dr. Clavo is not playing that shit.
Right. Yep.
And JJ was a genuine dude. I'm trying not to get choked up on it, but just seeing that kind of like later almost made me want to get into police work. Right. Because I wanted to like be more in the community and do what I could have, you know, prevent. And I kind of started that process, but something just didn't really jive with me. So I just did praying on it. I read a spiritual book to kind of help me out, and ultimately wound up not doing it. But long story short, I kind of got introduced into the life insurance game. And it's crazy, bro. Like, even just like you take like a term policy, right? You could pay $40 a month and have like $500,000 plus. But we don't get taught it in school, right? You know, we learn about the square root of pi and shit that we're never going to use. But when real life hits, and now we're getting to the age where, you know, I'm pretty sure you've lost homies. I've lost a lot. And just even if it's not a direct one, it's like, oh damn, we used to hoop with this dude, or we used to go to the club, or I went to high school, and whatever the case may be. And then you see their family. The biggest painful thing is when I see someone posting a GoFundMe. GoFundMe wasn't designed for funerals. It just became that. You know. And it's for all the people at home. You know, if you got kids, or even if you don't, like me, I got life insurance because if I, God forbid, pass, there's people responsible for burying me. And then do I put that financial burden on them? And what's easier? You see car washes and tamale sales and all this. They're trying to come up with 20 bands in like a weekend. Versus you could pay $40 and not just be able to pay for the funeral, but change your whole family tree. You know, my first real estate client is a close family friend. And I remember she wanted to purchase a house, and we got her try to get our first time buyer program, try everything, but like, you know, she was a mom. Her husband did some time, so you know she was left with all the financial burden, you know, and then so she basically just wasn't able to buy because, you know, when you have a lot of debt to income ratio, it messes up your credit score. A lot of things are tied into it. I
heard that.
Yeah. A lot of things get tied into it, but so her father lived a long, beautiful life, and when he got called home, he did all the right things, and he had a lot of kids and grandkids and everything, and everybody got taken care of.
Man, that's great.
I'm talking. Okay. But this is what's crazy about this. She went from not being able to buy to getting the inheritance money from life insurance, able to pay off the cars, able to pay off all her debts. Within a month, her credit score went through the roof. And she was able to buy. She was actually able to win a bidding war, multiple offers.
Okay.
The house was probably, I think it was like $315, and it's stupid land and everything, bro. The house is probably double now.
Damn. Okay.
And it's only been like 5-6 years.
Okay.
But you think she now has money. It's now she has land, she has property, she has stuff to go to her kids now, right? So because her father did things the correct way, right? Changed her whole family tree, probably for generations. So when I think about life insurance, all these things come to mind. You know, my first client in real estate, JJ, you know, all that stuff, man. And it's just like people will be like, oh no, I ain't got it. Or but they'll go buy a bottle of Dom 42 that weekend, right? Every weekend in the club.
Yep.
You know,
popping bottles, going crazy.
Popping bottles, but it's like you're talking about like
Chondos, 3 plates deep.
Yeah. You're talking about like $1.25 a day. You know what I'm saying? Could change your whole family's life, man, like for generations. So yeah, that's probably the thing that got me really like understanding life insurance and tied in you know, the importance of it. So yeah.
Man, no, that's awesome, man. And like I said, we need more people like you, bro, because I didn't really have a big homie when I was 18, 19. Like, hey, man, these are things you start thinking about now. I mean, now, you know, I have life insurance and just the whole life plan I've kind of figured out. But, you know, these are things that you don't think about, like you said, in high school.
You don't get taught it either.
At all.
Yeah.
So this brings me to my next topic, too. And you, and when I say this, I see you out a lot, and not like out at the club, but I see you. When I think Sacramento, man, and I'm not even trying to gas you up because you're right here, bro, but you're one of the people that come to mind because I've seen you at marches, I've seen you like at conventions, I see you like everywhere. Our city needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
And maybe we're getting older, so our perspective changes, or not, but I feel
definitely part of it. Definitely part of it.
I feel like we're pretty down bad right now. Like I remember, and downtown has always had its issues, right? I mean, the politics will always be politics, but I feel like now, like, you damn near got to be careful with anything you do down there. Even like me bringing my kids down there.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about that? What do you think needs to change? What would you like to see change with our city?
Man, it's crazy because Sac is really like, you know, growing up, people hated on Sac.
Always. Yep.
But you notice, I promise you, bro, everyone who's moved away has come back.
Yep. One of them.
Yeah, you are one of them. Yeah, I forgot about that. But I promise you, like, I know someone, even with my boy, bro, when we were growing up, man, I can't wait to go back to LA. We'd be playing FIFA and shit, you know, like fresh 18, 19. And he's like, man, it was just, if I was in LA, man, we'd be able to do this. And then I'm like, then go, bro.
Right.
Stop talking about it. And then I remember, no cap, the first time he wound up moving. And I remember I called him probably like 3 months after he moved. I was like, what's up, bro? What are you doing? He's like, shit, just chilling. I said, nah. Yeah. You in LA. You got to be somewhere. You got to. He just started dying on the phone. He's back. I could go through 100 people like that.
Yep.
But Sac is also like a beautiful city. Like,
No,
I've been a lot of places, bro. We got rivers. We got lakes. We're in between. We're an hour and a half from Tahoe, hour and a half from the Bay.
Yep.
You know, our city is developed. So I think there's a lot of pros to Sacramento.
Yep.
a lot of pros. But yeah, some of the cons are obviously, you know, I even had to chill when I was going out.
Yep.
Like tough because it was like almost every weekend.
Right.
Someone was getting clapped at like places I was at.
Right.
And it was like I just had grace of God, just happened to have left or didn't go that night because you know something happened or where like, oh no, I can't make it tonight, whatever.
Right.
And it was just so what's crazy is now, like, man, I was at Blue Q. Here I go shouting people out again. gotta get Tay the bartender. That's the
shout out Tay.
Shout out Tay. You know Tay?
Nope.
Okay.
I know him now though.
Yeah, no, he's the dude. He's the dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's crazy, bro. Like now, bro, I'll be dipping out. Like I'll be dipping out 45 minutes early.
Yep.
I used to parking lot pimp. I used to do all that, and I miss that stuff, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like nothing better than kicking it outside the club, after the club with your boys.
Yeah.
And you know all the females are in the mood, and you know how that goes. So, I mean, you're a married man now, so that's better. But
I used to know how it was.
Yeah, you used to know how it was. Yeah. But like yeah, dude, you just gotta, once you get older, you start realizing how precious life is.
Right.
And you know, now just whether you making too much money now or you got kids, you got a wife, it's not worth it.
Right.
But yeah, I would say, man, you know, shoot, I would love to see just gunshots stop.
Right.
Man, really.
Yeah.
But how do we get there is the question, you know.
Right.
What about you know, what do you feel the city needs? Or what do you feel the biggest issues are? What do you see from your perspective?
It's all the politicking, honestly. And I think that and I feel like there is a lot of leaders in the city, right? There's a lot of older cats who really try to help the youth, and I think that is great. But I mean, this is my opinion. I think it's going to take the OGs to step in and be like, hey, man, this ain't. Because at least with the OGs, even when we grew up, and even like when my dad grew up, there was more respect. Right, there's certain things you just didn't do at certain times, and now it's like it's free for all at any given time, man. And that SAC has came a long way, man. I mean, even from the arena being built down there to just the business that SAC has brought in, just with the arena, the concerts. Top Golf has got approved. Did you see that?
Yeah, and Thomas.
I'm nervous about that too. That's great, man. But hope we ain't acting up over there. You know what I mean? It's like, like I read a lot of comments on these like 916 pages and stuff, and it's like,
you gotta stay out.
The number one thing I see is like we can't enjoy shit. Yeah, and that's what's sad, man. And I just think that a lot of these generations, they're either passing on or you know they're locked up, they're sitting down for a couple of days or whatever the case is. But it's really the youth now because obviously they're next up. And I don't know. I don't really fully know what it needs, but something needs to change in a sense of like, if you're going to politic, still politic, but like, let's still let families be families. Let's pick and choose when we do certain things, like it used to be when the OGs were around.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I heard, you know, Brother Lynch, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I heard him talking about this, and he's like, man, you know, he grew up cripping and stuff, and he was like, man, but when I was doing it, like we it was like basically gang on gang. And then he's talking about now, like this generation is like they're popping anything in sight, robbing anything in sight, and a lot of it too comes down to like a judicial side of things. Like a lot of the legislative moves have kind of made it so like I got friends in the police department and stuff too, and they're like, man, we used to. Someone was shoplifting or someone was whatever that they needed to go to jail for. He's like they're getting out the same day. They're getting out the same day with no bail. And it's just like, so it's like, what's our incentive? You know, but I would say too, you talked about OGs. OGs are a part of it, but we really got to just pray for the youth to have some leaders emerge, you know, and, you know, my brother from another mother, you know, he's high up in SAC PD. And he's doing a lot. He's created a lot of outreach programs for the youth.
Man, that's awesome.
And
shout him out if you want to.
That's yeah. I don't know if he would want me to or not.
No, all good.
But no, he's doing a lot of stuff for the youth. And then you know he's mixed. You know, black father, Mexican mother.
Okay.
So he's doing a lot of stuff for their diversity programs. Okay. But the stuff he's doing and it's not just him. I got like a lot of friends that are doing stuff, even nonprofits they're just doing a lot of stuff for the community. People who came from gang backgrounds, and and doing a lot, man. So and I think too, a lot of it is just we got it's like the pursuit of happiness. It never ends,
right?
Right. Righting wrongs is just, you got to continue to do it. But I think we got a lot to be hopeful. I mean, look at like when we were in high school, Oak Park compared to Oak Park now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Oak Park actually back in the day used to be hella good.
Right.
Then it got hella bad.
Right.
And then now it's getting good again.
Right.
And there's obviously pockets where it's more hood than not. But I mean, you look over there by Fixins. I go to the barbershop right there.
Yeah. I went to a brewery out there. My dad took me to. I'm like, are you sure about this?
They got a couple of them.
Man, it was a good ass
time. They got a couple of them. They got
walking their dogs.
Yeah.
Man, no one was tripping.
Yeah. So
right by the big park too. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. No, so I think that I think we have more to be hopeful for than not. You know, so and then obviously just individually we got to do what we can do. Right. But yeah, just hopefully good leadership comes out, because it's gonna have to be someone from even people younger than us. Right. It's gonna have to be. So and that's where and I'm not a father, but you are, and that's where I see when I see a lot of stuff where I'm like, man, where are these motherfucking parents
at? That's facts.
Because I know I was doing dumb shit, but I knew my dad was gonna whoop my ass.
Yep.
So but now that's how, and that's why I love to see what you're doing with your son. Coaching and just being in his life. Right. Love seeing. I love seeing that he's hooping the way we were. It's like, man, So, but yeah, man, it's a complex question that we don't really have the answer to.
No, and going back to sports, man, I feel like that saved me from a lot. Playing football and basketball. I mean, that was like a job in high school, but I loved doing it. But I learned a lot of discipline, and it kept me out of so much. Like, bro, so much.
I gotta interject real quick. Did you see that letter from Valley High? So Valley High football put out a thing. I'm pretty sure it was Valley High, but they put out a thing that due to low participation, they won't have a football team this year.
Damn, really?
And that is like
that's sad, bro.
I can't remember. One of my boys posted last night and was like, "Please make sure your kids are active."
Right.
Like to think that I had it like when I was going to Leroy Green, like a budget issue. I could understand that. Even when I went to Natomas, I was 6 games in with no leg pads, so they couldn't play me in the game. I was like, man, I just gave them the shoulder pads and my helmet back. I can understand that. Right. But, that was especially around coming into the financial crash. But it's like, bro, people are like, now these things are killing us. Yep. And it's like, I seen someone post this too, like a couple years ago after Christmas, and they're like, man, the next day after Christmas, our neighborhood was full of kids on bikes and scooters and skateboards and rollerblades. Now it's just, so I think too, like I said, I'm not a parent, but I know when I have a kid, man, I'm only going to let them use tablets for learning stuff, and maybe if I need some peace and quiet. But I think that too many people get comfortable with it, and their kids aren't active anymore, and and like you said, that keeps you out of so much extra ish, So
and just the discipline aspect too. I mean, I tell my son now, because I'm blessed enough to be able to coach him. I thank God every day that I'm in the position to do that, because I would have loved to have my dad do it, but I had single parents growing up. So my dad had to work. There was no, and I have a job, man. I'm grateful for that. Has allowed me to be super flexible with my schedule, but there's times me and him bump heads, right? Of course, and that's going to happen. But it's like, hey, I only have you for another year or two, and you're on your own after that. Like, and some of these coaches don't care about your feelings.
They don't.
Like, the worst I've ever been talked to was by like some of my football coaches in high school, and it toughens you up. It makes your skin thick, and it's good discipline. Like, you learn from it, and
it's like look at I feel like, and this is caused by a lot of older folks in politics, in government specifically. But we can't disagree with each other nowadays and still love each other. We can't like, you find out who some people are voting for. You're like, man, or whatever the case may be. But being in sports, you learn teamwork, you learn leadership, you learn that shit, you're not gonna win all the time. That you're gonna take L's in life, but it teaches you how to handle that stuff. And so yeah, man, sports, man, and get your kids in sports. Everyone out there, get your kids in sports. Things that it's gonna do for them, is. I'm still using stuff I learned from when I was 5.
No, same.
So yeah, man.
That being said, hey, any 9-year-olds out there that want to play on a good team, holla at your boy. I'm just playing. All right, so while we're on the topic of Sacramento, what's up with the Kings? What you think they're going to do this year?
Bro, when we made the playoffs, 2 years ago, this was crazy. So me and my pops, we went to go visit our family in Israel, and I was like, man, we came at the worst time because Kings made the playoffs.
Okay.
Javante was fighting Ryan.
That's right.
Shakur was fighting someone good also. I had to like FaceTime my boys, and they had to like put the phone on the camera or on the TV.
Okay.
But I'm waking up at like 4 a.m.
Okay.
My dad did it with me the first night to watch the first game, and then he couldn't do it anymore the rest of the trip. But I was telling everyone, I was like, man, I just hope it wasn't a fluke. And non-Kings fans like, nah. But it's like, you got to have people with that mentality. You got the talent, but you also got to have the mentality. I feel like the Kings got a lot of players that are just like kind of lackadaisical. Like,
oh yeah.
Kobe was like,
right.
Even that's why like people talk a lot of ish about Russell Westbrook and stuff. I'm like, bro, I love players. Cousins, give me a Cousins.
Right.
Give me people like that ain't trying to, they just want to win.
Right.
By all means necessary. But I think we made some good, the DeMar DeRozan shit. You looking for a house, brother? Hit me up. but now, I think the, because I was like, man, we're gonna find a way to mess it up. We're gonna find a way to not get nobody. We was talking about Kuzma, we was talking about all these players. Yep. I'm like, we're just gonna not get anyone in the end. But we did, man. We really don't got no excuse. We do not. I think, like, you think we banged the Lakers every game last year. You're a Kings fan, right?
Of course.
Okay, yeah, I just to make sure. All right.
Of course.
We banged them every game last year. Like, but we just gave away all the games. Detroit Pistons we're losing to. We're losing to the Rockets. We're losing to just bums. So we gotta pass it up. But I think as long as we're healthy, we have no excuse. And I think we gotta get at least fifth. At least fifth.
Right.
Because we got third the year we made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We can't leave it in no playing games. If we do what we're supposed to do, we'll be good. But like, I think, OKC, Dallas, I don't even think Denver's going to be all that good that they were,
Picked up Westbrook, actually.
Yeah, but they lost a lot of depth. Like a couple years when they let Bruce Brown gone, they let Green gone. They had a lot of people leave. But Westbrook, I didn't know that. That's tight. That's good.
It'll be solid for that.
Yeah, that's tight. But if we just do what we're supposed to do, man, I mean, it's like a few teams that really, because even the ones that are like, I'm honestly not scared of a team like Phoenix, even though they got stupid talent. Right. They just got it's like the type of talent. Right. Prima donna type talent and, complainers talent. And so it's really only probably like 3 or 4 teams I'll put it. But I think out of all the trades outside of PG, I think we got the best dude that was available. Yep. Everyone else, Makin stayed. Everyone else wound up staying. So, but yeah. Well, what you think about the Kings?
I still think we're missing a piece. I think getting rid of Harrison Barnes, it was time for that. The writing was on the wall with that. I think he should have won a couple years ago. I like DeMar. I think he's going to be great, especially that mid-range game. Yeah. Kings shoot a lot of threes. If we're not running pick and roll, what's a bonus? We're firing up some threes. So I think he'll be good in that aspect. But I still think we need like a true big, like a rim protector. And we have them. We have Alex Lynn and JaVale McGee.
But as if we play
we don't use them. So it's like
Mike Brown pisses me off.
Man, me too.
Bro, I'm happy he came. He brought culture and shit. Right, but it's like this is the problem with Mike Brown though, is if his rotation says I'm sitting Fox out at the 4:32 mark of the first quarter and I'm bringing him back at the 9:25 mark, he doesn't care what game it is in the season. Right. That's his rotation. That's what he's doing. And it's like, bro, like, no. We need to beat the Pelicans. We can't lose 6 freaking times to them. Right, yeah. And then in one season, which is crazy as hell, and then it's the play-in game to get you the thing. Bro, I'm playing Fox 49 minutes. Right. Yep. Out of 48. Yep. Like, you gotta know, like, this is your season, bro. Right. So his rotations drive me crazy, but it's like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck. one, I can get into some cousin shit. I hope we can get cousins for like $3 million right now.
Right.
Dwight Howard.
Yep.
You know, people that go and you tell them get 50 blocks.
Yep.
Get every block and every round once you do nothing else.
Pick up some fouls if you need to too.
Yeah, I mean cousins will do a lot more than that.
Right.
But I'm saying like you know who I wish we could get? No cap. The number one guy I wish we could get right now, Andre Drummond.
Yep.
Literally would be perfect for us.
Yep.
Because think about how many games we lose because of rebounds.
Yep.
They're getting 4 or 5 opportunities. I'm like, bro. And they just don't understand the fundamentals, bro. Right. This is what's crazy. That's how you know you're getting old. And it's like, yeah, okay, they made it to league, we not in the league. But it's like, bro, a shot goes up, hit a body, bro. Like,
that's it.
And they just don't.
Right.
They just don't.
Yep. It's like the kids I coach. They all watch the ball,
bro,
and then react.
Crazy.
Put a body on somebody.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah. And I think I'm a huge Sabonis fan. I think he was a great addition to the Kings, but he's really a power forward. He's not a true.
Yeah.
I mean, for him to get torched by Kevon Looney.
Oh my God, bro.
It's like, really?
Kevon was averaging 20 rebounds against
him. That should not happen. And like, how do you not adjust as a coach? Like, my thing is throw Alex Lynn in there. Let him foul out.
We have JaVale.
And JaVale.
Bro.
Throw those guys in there, tire these guys out, get in their head, pull them back off. That's it.
The game is which is crazy because Mike Brown, if you remember back in the day, Cleveland Mike Brown stuff, he was known as a defensive coach.
Right.
But now the whole game is based around offense.
Was that before or after he was with the Warriors?
No, he was the Cleveland when Braun was there with Verjan.
Right. And then he was the assistant on it, and he wants to run that Golden State. His thing is like, forget defense. We're just going to try to outscore this team. It's like, bro.
Yeah. I feel like this too. Like, everybody wants to be the, what is that, like 2014, 15 Warriors. But it's like they had hella good defenders. Right. They had like Iguodala used to be the franchise player in Philly. Right. And now he's coming off the bench, and he's still raw. Right. You know, but they had like also players, like it don't matter if here's a good example. Remember Cook? They had Quinn Cook.
Quinn Cook. Yeah.
Quinn Cook, and then they had bro that went to Toronto. Bro, I can't even remember his name. Point guard also. He won with the Warriors, got traded to Toronto, and Toronto beat them. Okay. The difference, though, his rookie year, he was averaging like 19 off the bench. Okay. And then he went to Toronto and was averaging 2 because the system and the type of players they had, it was so interchangeable. You know, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like the league, we're kind of getting over that, like over that high of the Warriors. Yep. You know, but yeah, man, I just want to make playoffs, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to make the playoffs, dude.
It was a fun time for the city that year.
Bro, it was loud. Bro, look, here's the thing too. Sports Center put the camera on Doko. Okay. I lived in Old Sac. I could walk through the tunnel. Okay. And I was showing my cousins in Israel. I'm like, look at my city right now. And they're like, oh my God. Like, bro, I was like, we got to get back. Like, I was like, bro, we got to go back.
And like you said, I don't, no more playing games. Like, that's lame to me.
That's
like,
lame as,
bro.
I'm going to keep it real. Whether we start Monk or not, but I'm going to just say, okay, DeMar DeRozan, Fox, Sabonis, Keegan, put whoever you want on number 5. I can't name 4 teams in the league that got a better starting lineup than that.
Right. Yep. I'm a huge fan of Keegan too. That boy, man.
Bro, DeMar DeRozan, when he was asked what made you want to come here, he said, "Oh, besides Fox and Sabonis, they go without talking." He's like, you got a young man like Keegan that can shoot the ball like that.
That's hard.
Yeah, bro. I mean, Keegan set the record for most threes in the game last year. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm saying, dude, like, we got no excuse. We got no excuse. Like I said, as long as we're healthy, we ain't got no excuse.
Yeah. Do you watch much football? I don't know if I see you post football much.
I'm a Broncos fan, but it's like my 4th favorite sport. Okay. It's like my 4th. Boxing is my favorite.
Who's your favorite boxer?
Bud, Terrence Crawford.
Okay, yeah, he's hard.
Yeah, him. After him is Shakur. Okay. Yeah, after him is Shakur. Yeah. But like boxing, like I only watch like the big UFC fights. Like my boys order them out. Like we watched the Adesanya fight. Yeah. You know, I watch like McGregor or some shit like that. But I don't really boxing, bro. I know like the bums and the up and comers. You know. But yeah, no, I love boxing. I love basketball. As far as watching, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's gonna sound funny to you. Tennis, bro.
Okay.
Tennis is like, especially if you've ever played tennis one time in your life, you're like, damn.
You respect it more.
Bro, it's so hard to control the ball, and they're hitting like over 100 miles.
Right.
And they got all types of shots, but you're also by yourself. They recently changed the rule to where their coach, they can look at their coach in the box, and he can give like signals, but it's still very limited. Other than that, they used to kick coaches out the arena because you're not allowed to talk to the player. So that player, and some of these games are going 6 hours.
Right.
They're going through shirts and bro. Right. And you're seeing them like, I watched a U.S. Open in New York. Well, I watched it on TV, but it's in New York, and it was Joker, also Joker. They got Novak Djokovic, and he's like the best player in the world.
Okay.
But he was playing a Russian dude, Medvedev, and his body, he was hurt. He was like, there was times where he was on the ground, like slamming his racket, scream, like he was going through every emotion. Okay. Like just yelling to the sky. It was crazy, dude. And for him to come back and win the way he did, it's just like, dude, it's just, and he set the all-time record too. He got, and this was dope. It was his 24th Grand Slam. So they got like 4 big tournaments a year. They got hundreds, but 4 main ones. You got Wimbledon, French Open, U.S. Open, and it's another one I'm forgetting. Okay. And he won his 24th, setting the all-time record. And then he took off his shirt, and he had a shirt with him and Kobe on it. Oh, that's he dedicated his 24th to him. Yeah, and he was like, him and Kobe were hella cool. Okay. You know, and but it's such a fast-paced game. Football is like stop and go, stop and go. The worst for me is baseball. I cannot baseball either. I cannot do it, bro. Yep. I can't do it.
You going to an A's game though next year?
Got to.
Just to mark it off the list.
Got to, yeah. One of my boys, shout out Ellie. He's in he goes to my synagogue, but he plays at Sac State, and I think he either is drafted or is going into the draft, but he decided to do one more year in college or whatnot. But he's probably going to go to the league.
Oh, damn, good for him.
Yeah, as we say in Hebrew, Be'ezrat Hashem, which means in God's timing. So praying for him. That you know, his little brother's there now too. So man. Okay. Yeah.
Switching gears real quick. So you, I feel like you run into a lot of famous people.
Why you say that?
There's a picture with you and J. Cole. And this is back in the day. Tell us about that, man. That's tight. That's not someone you just run into, right?
Bro.
There's people you run into, you might see at the airport, but you don't just run into J. Cole. Like, how the hell did that happen?
So, all right. So remember when Tyreke Evans played out here? I became hella cool with him. Okay. Him and the family, I still.
That's right. You were locked in with Tyreke.
Yeah.
How did that happen? That's what hey, don't sleep on him. I'm telling y'all, man. He be tapped in with everybody.
Man. It's just crazy. So I wound up all right, so you want to know which part you want to know first?
Well, let's go to Tyreke real quick.
Yeah, so all right. So this is when I was still hooping. I was still trying to make the league, you feel me?
Yeah.
And he was a rookie, and I think it was his next year. So his rookie year, he shouted his brother out. My boy Doc, shout out Doc Evans. I can shout him out a lot. He's got a company, Fame More, everything. But anyways, rapper, whole nine. But he's like, hey, my brother's starting a record label, blah, blah, blah. Tagged his brother in it. Started following his brother. And then a year later, he was like, we're playing the Bulls tonight. We're giving out tickets to the first few fans who could tell me what my high school jersey was. So I just so happened to be watching his high school game against Derrick Rose. Mind you, Derrick Rose was on the Bulls, and that's the game they're giving out the tickets to. Okay. So I go, boom. I think it's jersey number 1. I'm hitting it like hella times. I'm like, bro, I got it. And then he was like, man, a lot of people got it. I'm gonna need some help from my brother, and he tags his brother again. And I was like, if someone already followed, and I knew kind of their background, so I was like, hey, bro, I got the thing right, and I'm repping Blueprint, which was his record label at the time. Okay. And he's like, oh, you repping Blueprint? I got you. Say less. Tickets gonna be for you, and we'll call, DM me your info.
Yeah, boom. Okay.
And then it was took my pops. Omri Caspi was playing too. And so we came with the Israeli flag and everything. We were right behind the bench, bro. It was. Yeah, I thought they were gonna be like some giveaway tickets,
right,
bro. It was like the players is like I can touch them. I was like,
damn, that's tight.
So I called him. I was like, bro, thank you so much, man. Like, blah blah blah. Like, and he's like, yeah. And I was like, bro, anything. I'm a diehard Kings fan. Anything I could do, if I could help out your record label, shout you out. What you want me to do? Let me know.
Yeah.
Then he winds up moving out here because he started managing Tyreke when he was playing out here.
Okay.
And then they had like a celebrity bowling thing at Strikes in Rockland.
I remember that.
It was like Tony was up there and a couple other people, Jalil Beats, all types of people were out there. So he's like, oh yeah, man. So I get there. This was crazy, bro. This is when I was like broke, struggling. Mm-hmm. Like I had a phone that died like every 10 minutes. It was nuts,
Metro.
Bro. Yeah, no, that Getro. But no, so I go up there and they're like, oh yeah, it's $40 to get in. I was like, my dad let me use this car to get up there. I was like, oh shit. I called him. I was like, hey bro, I'm here, but I apologize. I got to go home though. I'm not going to be able to make it. He's like, what do you mean? Like you're here, you said. I said, yeah, but I didn't know it was $40 and I don't got the money. So he was like, no, man. He's like, man, where you at? So he's like, nah, come here. He's like, hey, he's with me. So he lets me in, introduced me to Reek, and just a genuine dude, bro. Shout out Doc Evans for real.
Yeah, shout out Doc.
Yeah, big homie.
What's Doc doing now? Is he still out here?
They built a house out there in Delaware. Okay. Man, he's kind of like a jack of all trades too. He was managing like a warehouse for a little bit. Has a record label. His son's an artist on there. And then he really put a lot of people on sack on, bro. When he was out here, he blew up a lot of people. Genuine dude, man. Give you the last T-shirt off your back. You were hungry. He made sure everyone was good. That's why we all keep it real. We mess with him more than we mess with Tyreke. You know.
Okay.
But yeah, no, man. So fast forward, they got traded to New Orleans. Right. You know, and then so I would go out there and visit him. You know, all that stuff, and then became cool like Anthony Davis family and stuff too from going out there. Yeah. Okay. Lost the ice bucket challenge to AD. Did
you?
Yeah, that shit. Well, here's the thing. You ever play Fibbage?
No, what's that?
So it's like a game you play it on your phone and then everybody puts their answers in at the same time. Okay. So anyways, you want people to choose your shit. Long story short, I'm doing hella good. And then they're like, all right, we're going to do one more round. They're like, last place loser. Or they're like, third place loser, got to take a shot. Second place loser, got to take 2 shots and do 20 push-ups. Third place, got to do 3 back-to-back. Or they could do an ice bucket. I just landed in New Orleans and I was only there for like 38 hours, 36 hours. So I was like, man, I'm not about to be puking on this trip. I'm already drunk. Fuck it, I'll do the ice bucket. Right. And then I didn't know he was going to be the one to dump the bucket. And for some reason, I was like, it ain't finna be that cold. Right. And it was like 46 degrees on New Orleans night. Ooh. Bro, that shit sobered me up so quick. I still got the video of that though. That was cool little moment. But yeah. Nonetheless, his brother was doing an event at one of the clubs. This was actually a different time I went out there, and then we met this dude Footy who like put on like 50 Cent, like a back behind the scenes dude that's connected. And then, long story short, this was crazy. I was there for 3 games. I wanted a picture of Rondo in the tunnel. Couldn't get it. The security was hating. Okay. I definitely wanted a picture with Dirk because I also got German in me. Man, okay. Couldn't get it. Security was hating. So I was like, damn. Like, I was like, all right, whatever. Me and my boy Millie, we were messing with J. Cole when he was like purely doing mixtapes. Right. Like people, even Doc. Doc was like, oh man, he corny, you know. Right. Yeah. Whatever. People used to hate on Cole. Yeah. And then, so me and Millie, shout out Millie, he's a realtor in Arizona, genuine dude, killing it. But he had lived with Doc and, you know, they kind of moved around together. But long story short, we get to the club and it's my flight was in like 6 hours. So we're at the club, it's like 11 at night. Ooh. I had to be at the airport by 4. Ooh. And, but yeah, long story short, Millie was like, hey, man, it's crazy that J. Cole's in here. I said, man, shut the. It's like J. Cole in there. He's like, bro, he's right there in the booth next to AD. So I'm looking and I'm like, I can't see. And I turned back around. I said, bro, stop playing. And Millie wasn't even there no more. So I'm like, bro, this dude out here playing with my emotions. Yeah. So I find him. I'm like, bro, why would you gas me like? He's like, bro, he's right there. So I go and I'm like, I see a hella people now around the booth. Okay. So it was like our booth, it was AD's booth, and then it was like Cole's booth. Okay. And I was like, okay. No, my bad. It was our booth and the 80s and then Cole's. But anyways, So then I started looking through the crowd, and I see he got the fuck love or fuck money spread love.
Okay.
But they weren't even out yet. Mm-hmm. But I seen 2 people. I was like, oh, that's got to be them. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, it was him. I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, all right, I just got to get a picture with this dude. And so I asked Footy, when I put on 50 Cent stuff, I was like, hey, bro, you think you can give me a picture with him? I was like, I don't even got to talk to him. He's like, I got you, bro. By the end of the night, I just introduced like 50 people to him. I was like, all right, it's all good. And then, long story short, Reek got into some stuff. One of the promoters did some weird shit. Mm-hmm. And then Reek kind of just checked him on it. And Reek they're from Chester, which is right outside of Philly. Like when Meek Mill was doing stuff with Jalil on MySpace, Jalil used to have to go to Philly because that's how bad Chester was.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but anyways, so they started some stuff and the Chester dudes started getting crazy. And then earlier in the night, I seen J. Cole go to the bar. It was funny, he was trying to get a drink, like, and the waitresses wasn't messing with him. Okay. So he winds up going to the bar with one security guard. I said, man, fuck it, I'm gonna go up there. So I go up there and I already had this shit ready on my phone. Okay. It was a picture of his first mixtape when he was in New York in college. It was just like the picture of the cover art. And then so I knew I had to do something to catch his attention. Right, yeah. So I'm like, so I go up to the security guard and he's like, nah, he's just getting a drink. He's getting a drink. I was like, bro, I just want a picture. I promise. I'll leave him alone. I don't got to talk to him, nothing. He's like, yeah, no, but not right now, later. So I'm like, damn, all right, whatever. I'm just kind of hovering around. Yep. Security guard gets distracted by a female. Perfect. I go up to Cole. I just show him the picture. I don't say nothing. I just show him the picture. He's like, ooh. He's like, that's dope. Give me a high five. Man, that's tight. And I was like, bro, look, people are going to tell you day one. I'm on day one. I just want a picture. You can enjoy your night, blah, blah, blah. He said, all right, I got you at the end of the night. Okay. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Yeah, here we go. And at night, Reek and them getting into like a little thing. Yeah. And then Doc's like, yo, we out. And I was like, bro. I was like, oh,
the moment's coming up.
Man, I'm like, man. I was like, all right, I got to go. And then Millie was like, let's just go get a picture with him. I was like, nah, that's all good. But Millie has seen me get rejected by Rondo's people, rejected by Dirk's people. And he knows how I feel about J. Cole. Yep. So he's like, really, man, shout out to Millie. Because if it wasn't for Millie, I wouldn't have got the picture. Because he was like, nah. I said, bro, we're getting kicked out. Everything. He's like, no, bro, fuck him. We'll meet them in the parking lot. So we hop over the thing. And I was like, hey, Cole. I was like, hey, brother. I was like, I got to get the picture now. I was like, my people are getting kicked out. So he looks and he sees who's over there. And he's like, this is crazy, bro. People don't know J. Cole is a real dude, bro. Okay. Genuine dude. Because so he's like, all right. He said, well, I said I got you at the end of the night. I said, I know, bro. But my people are getting kicked out. I had a Cali shirt on. I was like, I live in California, bro. My flight's leaving in 5 hours. Right. I was like, if they're getting kicked out, I gotta go. So he's like, who's your people? And I was like, oh, they're just over there. I didn't want to name drop. Right. I'm like, I'm gonna look hella like droopy or corny or some shit. And then so he's like, and I was like, oh, he's just over there. But he asked me, he goes, but who's your people? I was like, Tyreke Evans. Mm-hmm. So he's like, you're your own man. And I was like, what? Yep. He's like, you're your own man. And it hit me. He's like, man, fuck what these famous people are doing. Just live your own life. Be you. Right. Okay. And it's just the way he said it, bro. Right. And I was like, nah, bro, I get it. But I'm out here visiting them. I'm from Cali. My flight leaves in a few hours. Right. So he looked at me. He's like, all right, come on, man. Let's take the picture. That's so cool. So we took the picture. And I was just like, bro, I went to the car. People are still on the parking lot, like scuffling shit. I'm just looking at this picture. I'm like, I got it too, man. All right, man, it was worth it. Yeah, that's hella funny. That's tight though. That's probably the only time I've ever been starstruck. Okay, like not really but where I was like, oh, I gotta get the picture. Right? You know?
Nah, man, that's legendary. There's not many people that can get that close to that man. Man, that's why I said I was curious to know how you even got that picture because no one can just get a picture with J. Cole. Bro, it's not just someone you see just wherever. I know I'm not gonna take too much of your time, man. I know you said you got things to do after this. Mm-hmm. Give me your top 3 food spots in Sac.
Oh, shit.
Right now, you hungry? You're like, man, I want some bomb ass, whatever it is. What are those 3 spots you're going to? And give me one Mexican spot in those 3.
All right, I got to shout out a coffee spot.
Oh, let's do that too, man. I love me some coffee now.
Because shout out to Phil's on R Street. Everyone there.
Shout out Phil's.
It's so cool, man. It's dope ass environment. Food wise, though, bro, damn, that's tough. It's tough because Like my favorite food is Mediterranean food. You feel me? That's
Okay, yeah.
But we don't really have good there's no really Israeli spots out there. But there's a cool Persian spot called Famous Kebab off of Fulton and Hurley.
Yep, I know exactly what that's. I used to live right there.
They're fire.
The 24.
And it's genuine. Like the flavors are for real.
Okay.
Bro. I don't know if it's because I'm on the spot, but I like some best play, man. Take your lady there, take your clients there. They'll appreciate anything. Elf and Isles.
Where's that at?
So it's right underneath the Wells Fargo building on Capitol Avenue, facing the Capitol across from Morton's. But underneath is an Italian spot. And I'm saying, bro, Kevin Johnson being in there, Vladi Divac, I met when I was a little kid.
Okay.
He came up to me, which was crazy.
Really?
But bro, just authentic Italian, hella good, dope ass bar.
Okay.
Great waiters and waitresses. Shout out.
What's it called again?
Elf and Isles.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to have one in Roseville. I think it might have shut down, but go to the one in on I think it's like 400 Capitol Mall.
Okay. Okay.
And then the other one, man, can't even say it. I don't even know. I just go everywhere. What about you?
Man, it's tough. It's tough nowadays. It's hard eating out because I can't just go spend like $50, $60 somewhere with the family. It's like $120.
It's crazy.
And the food don't even be that good. So I'd be at home trying to cook up my own shit. But man, that's tough. I don't even know.
Yeah, see?
I don't even know.
It's tough being in the answering side.
He hit that reverse card on me.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I appreciate you again, man.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Bro.
Thank you.
I'll put his stuff in the description. Tap in, man. Tap in. My boy got you. I've went through him at least one time, if not two. I think I've even tried to buy a car from him back in the day. Credit score be on that's a whole nother different topic. But
whole other story.
Making Moves episode 3. I appreciate you guys again for all the love and support. Instagram is Making Moves _TV. YouTube and TikTok are Making Moves 916. I appreciate you guys again. One love.